Okay, so your very first shift at the hospital, you had been home raising us children for a long time, and you're going back to work for the first time,
Yes.
and you're feeling a little nervous about how you're going to handle work and life and kids and
Yeah.
husband.
Yeah.
So, as you're driving, not up this road, but a road similar to this to go to your very first shift, how were you feeling?
Oh, well, first of all, I was working night shift. So I had applied for a job in the morning and they said, we need you tonight.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't even have labor and delivery experience, but they said, we will orient you beginning tonight. And so can you do that? And I was really excited because I thought that'll be so fun to work labor and delivery. But I'd been up all day as a mom. I had 4 kids. The oldest was 10 and the baby was...
You mean the oldest and the favorite? Not me, I was number 2.
You're number 2, but you were absolutely a favorite too. And a favorite of 4.
So you've been up all day taking
I'd
care
been
of
up-
kids.
Yes, and then I came home. I mean, I was at home and I tried to lay down, but I just, about 8 o'clock, I had to go to work at 10:30 to be at work on time. And so I tried to take a nap and could not sleep. I just was trying to remember the things I'd learned in labor and delivery. And I didn't even remember centimeters of dilation or any labor and delivery terms, really. Had been home for a long time, and I had only done labor and delivery as a student when I was a student many, many years before. I graduated in 75, and this was 88 or 89, so it had been a long time. So I was very nervous coming to work, thinking about, I probably don't know enough to really do this, but I'm going to give it a shot. But I was excited. As well, but nervous. So I didn't have much sleep, but I didn't have any trouble staying awake. And the nurse that oriented me was let me orient. I mean, she taught me a few things, and I loved it, honestly. I went home and I was very, very, very tired though at the end of the shift, and I had children to take care of, and we weren't able to lay down until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It took naps together. So I've been up a long time before I was able to go to sleep.
After that shift, did you feel like you'd made a good decision going back to work?
The night shift, I realized was going to be challenging for me. But yes, being back in the hospital, honestly, was like putting on a pair of old shoes. I was very, very comfortable.
It was stinky.
Being there. Yeah. No, they were shoes that were worn in and I fit. They felt like it was a good fit for me. I was able to relate to my patient really well after that first night and start building a relationship with the staff and with the nurse that I oriented with. So it was a very comfortable, although I had Lamaze breathing. That's how I learned how to get through labor with my children, was taking a Lamaze class. And also I taught Lamaze when I was a student. I had the opportunity to teach a few Lamaze classes. And so I was really comfortable with Lamaze. And when I was going to work the first night, I thought I might need to use Lamaze breathing myself because I'm so nervous about it. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it without using some stress relaxing methods through my night shift. I probably Lamaze breathed through every shift for probably a year.
Wow.
Yeah. It was great. I was going to Lamaze breathe for you, but it's in and out, real slow. It's really like yoga breathing now. Some faster breathing when you get a little bit more nervous and upset. Lamaze breathed in the dentist office one time. I was just going before he gave me a shot. And he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just relaxing with my Lamaze."
I'm glad you mentioned yoga because you started yoga.
We're right here by the studio, actually.
Yeah, yoga's kind of I think it's a big part of your life. You've had a regular yoga practice since, I think you had just started when I had William,
Yes.
like 2011. So you were still knee deep in your, as a manager.
Yeah.
How did you discover yoga, and how did that help you with like your career as a nurse manager, then transitioning out of your career? And
Oh.
do you think it's helped you through the transition?
Oh, absolutely. I was at a nursing conference actually right here in Bozeman, and one of my staff were there, and a few of my staff were there, but one of them said to me, "You have got to go to yoga." I liked it very much. I just liked the flexibility, and I just loved the way I felt afterwards, felt strong. So I started just walking to yoga. I left work, used to leave work about go at 5 in the morning, and sometimes I'd be there until 5 or 7 at night, so I could see both shifts, the day shift and the night shift. But I started leaving to go to a yoga class at 3:30. The class started at 4, so I'd leave the hospital at 3:30 and just walk to the studio, which was about a mile away, and just carry my yoga clothes and jump into a class at the end, and then he'd pick me up at 6 o'clock and take me home. So that was really fun.
A good way to end your workday.
Yes.
With a little bit of
great.
self-care.
It was great.
Moms.
No, actually, I'm the oldest person in the room.
Oh